Showdown on a Friday night between Michigan and UConn, and off we go. What are we watching here tonight as far as keys are concerned, Megan?
UConn needs to push pace, establish an inside presence early on to put pressure on Michigan's bigs. Michigan needs to limit transition buckets.
Going right inside. Sarah Williams went up, couldn't get it to go. And a tie-up, and the arrow will give it to Michigan.
UConn, the last two games, has started out by throwing the ball inside to Sarah Williams, trying to establish a post presence. If you can get the inside game going, it opens up so much on the perimeter.
So both teams 4-0. Of course, UConn, the reigning national champs, their 12th national title last season. They're looking to defend it. Sofa Cannon gives it up. Out top to Olsen, one of those talented sophomores. Down inside. What a recovery by Sarah Williams.
UConn's defense moving on the flight of the ball, getting into the position, and right there, Sarah Williams recovers timing. Are you kidding me? Block that into the third row.
She is used to playing Michigan. Transfer from Wisconsin, where she played the last 3 years. Catch and shoot. Olsen strong. Rebound to UConn, and we head the other way. KK Arnold, she'll set the table. Number 2 gives it up. And the shot is short. Out of bounds. Husky basketball.
Michigan's defensive discipline has been a strength of theirs. Communicating, especially on ball screens, is going to be massive. When Sarah Strong starts hitting from the outside, it opens up everything for UConn.
Both of these teams an impressive early season win. UConn beat Ohio State by 32 this last week, and Michigan big over Notre Dame. Boy, a block on both ends. This time it's Ashley Sofa Cannon getting retribution.
We're already going Oprah style. You get a block. You get a block. Watch the positioning. Fantastic recovery by Sofa Cannon. Getting to the spot, timing it so she doesn't foul.
You can feel the electricity in this building. Olsen drive a kick. Holloway. Gives it up. 3 on the way for Swords. And over the top.
UConn's defense on the perimeter, they're switching ball screens, so it's not allowing Michigan to round the corner or reverse the ball with pace. And twice now, Michigan has taken rush shots at the end of the shot clock.
We are less than 30 miles from Storrs, Connecticut, and you can tell this is a decidedly Husky crowd tonight.
I'm so amped up right now. It's so loud in here.
Over the top, there she is. Sarah Strong, the Big East preseason player of the year.
Williams placing that ball perfectly to where only Strong can catch it in stride. It's a big-time pass.
Out of bounds, knocked out by KK Arnold. We mentioned it at the top of the broadcast, and I know most of you have heard the name Sarah Strong. If you haven't, she's as good as it gets, folks. She will go down as a UConn legend. She's only a sophomore still.
She's 6'2", point forward, understands the offense, and she can defend and get a rebound like this to start the break.
She gives it up. Here they go. 3 on the wing. Shade knocks it down. Shade over 40% from downtown last year. She can fill it up. Makes it 5-0. Swords, yes. Michigan needed that, and Silas Swords provides it.
This switch happened, and Sarah Williams is back down just a little too far. Silas Swords does not need a lot of time to get that shot off. A 3 to get Michigan a little sigh of relief.
He was all conference last year in the Big Ten as a freshman. Off the bounce, Strong elbow jumper, yes.
Sarah Strong's shot is so pure. Even when she gets into that little mid-range extended, her release point is so high, it's difficult to contest.
You can't contest it. Swords, she got that mask on from a broken nose in the preseason, but she turns it over there, throws it wide of Sofa Cannon.
Sarah Strong, when she rebounds, it allows UConn to play so fast, get out and run in transition. The hardest shot to guard in basketball. Transition threes. The defense is scrambling. UConn already establishing the pace here and owning that moment early.
Kim Barnes-Arico talked to shoot around about her team handling this atmosphere early. Going to pick up an early foul there as Sofa Kanik, her first.
And you can see Michigan playing a little timid. A part of that is because UConn's switching and there's not a ton of room to move. That pass is perfectly placed by Sarah Strong to Williams. Williams didn't even realize how open she was.
Strong inside.
Oh, come on.
What a dish. Wow. And there's Shade once more. Driving inside, tough reversal, out of bounds, UConn basketball.
Sarah Strong's vision on the floor is absolutely insane. She makes this cross her body skip pass. Ashlyn Shade all day to knock down the shot. Take a walk around Mohegan Sun. Goodness, wide open.
So Shade with a couple of threes. I think this is what Kim Barnes-Arico was talking about, handling the early wave. And UConn right now throwing the first punch. Cross-court skip to Arnold. She'll drive, adjust, lost it. Boy, it fell right to Strong, but she could not connect.
Keeping UConn to one and done is going to be huge. You can't allow them second opportunities when you contest the initial shot.
Drop-off pass, but they're going to say the foul before the shot was on the floor.
I'm impressed with how Michigan continues to push pace. Even though they've gotten down in this game, they're trying to play as fast as possible, push on makes. Coach Oriama told us our transition defense has to be on point because when Michigan scores quickly, they're so dangerous and they have time to get back and get set up.
I thought what he said was interesting about transition defense. He said that's usually a weakness for a lot of teams. Certainly a point of emphasis for both of these clubs tonight. That's a 5-second call and a turnover.
UConn's defense to start this game has been flustering. They're communicating. They're moving on the flight of the ball. They're getting into passing lanes. And the physicality they've established in the paint so far has been a game changer.
Azzi Fudd, excellent shooter. Gives it up to Quinones. She drives, the freshman. Out to Fudd for three. In and out. They dodged a bullet. Holloway in the lane. Finding Swords, her sophomore teammate. Swords in trouble. Sofa Kanik in trouble. And they turn it over. These Huskies are seemingly everywhere. Oh. Another great pass by Strong, though.
This pace is wild right now.
Kind of what we expected. Both such good transition teams. Swords blocked. Knocked out, and it's Strong, and it will stay with Michigan. First media timeout, all against UConn.
Michigan has to get easy buckets, and they've got to get to the line. When you can stop the game, get to the foul line, and put points on the board, it allows everyone to take a collective breath and get some confidence.
For Michigan, they've had 10 possessions, just one field goal, 3 turnovers, and they've had a couple of shot blocks as well. Swords drives in, can't get it. And a rebound by Fudd. Strong off the bounce to the rim.
Sarah Strong is so smart. She had a wide open lane, but she stopped short to make sure Michigan didn't slide over to take a charge. Great awareness.
Strong has 6, Shade has 6. That's the 12 for UConn. Swords has it knocked loose, another turnover. Arnold inside. Quinones, the freshman.
Quinones has already come in and been so impactful, and the defense continues to be the bread and butter for UConn.
Unable to convert Fudd. I thought out of that media timeout maybe Michigan could collect themselves, but UConn just keeps their foot on the gas. Quarles Daniels inside, but off the mark at the rim for Dudley.
Michigan has to go up to finish the layup, not to get fouled. Focus on the finish. You can't depend on the whistle to come your way.
Speaking of fouls, just 2 fouls, no free throws yet in this ball game.
It feels like it.
Yeah.
Everyone's a little winded.
Not a lot of whistles, just good pace of play.
Michigan's bread and butter is their ball screen defense. You saw this against Notre Dame earlier this week when they won by 30 plus. They're so good at keeping the ball on one side of the floor and not allowing it to get reversed, so your offense gets stagnant. UConn's been really quick off of the ball screens of reversing the ball and not allowing Michigan to be effective.
Into the shot clock, got to put it up. That's going to be a violation. Michigan, good defense forcing the turnover.
This is where the Wolverines have to take advantage. You get a defensive stop, score, now stop. That's how you get back into a game.
Now almost turning it over. Holloway. A little helter-skelter right now for the Wolverines. Olsen, sophomore from Minnesota, gives it up. Back to Swords. Shot clock at 5. Holloway fires. Knocked out of bounds. Michigan basketball.
UConn's length and moving on the flight of the ball has been on point. Right now, Michigan has no room to move. It feels like anytime they try to drive in the paint, they're met by 3 white jerseys. They've got to move the ball with the pass, get UConn in rotation.
And their shots have been contested. They're just 1 of 10 from the field. Kicked. Almost a 5-second call. Well, you saw Michigan's win. You referenced it against Notre Dame. They beat them by 39 points. But as they're finding out here early, this is a different animal.
UConn's size is so different than Notre Dame, and the pace that they can play with, and multiple weapons that can score. And that's what has always made Coach Oriana's teams dangerous. They have so many different weapons. They're so balanced in their scoring.
Maybe that will settle down the Wolverines. Olsen gets the bucket and the foul.
Just watching Olivia Olsen in the huddle right now saying, hey, we got this, let's settle down. The leadership from the youth. Look, that ball got tipped. Olsen sneaks back, and you always got to remember the inbounder, Brandon. And right there makes them pay for the mistake.
So Olsen a chance to complete the three-point play. In and out, though. And Strong with a strong rebound. Bud drives. She kicked it out of bounds. It belongs to Michigan. Olsen with the basketball was the Big Ten co-freshman of the year last year. Preseason all-conference as a sophomore. Puts it up, left it short, very flat. But they're able to keep it. Dudley off the bounce. And a rebound, another one for Strong. She already has 5 boards. In transition, count it, Kayla Heckel, and the foul.
The depth that UConn brings to the floor makes them so dangerous. Kaylee Heckel, who was at USC last season, runs out ahead, finishes through traffic with the contact. Even when UConn goes to its bench, the scoring ability never drops. You know, when you look at a scouting report for UConn, you truly have to KYP, know your personnel, and that personnel is very deep. So lots to keep track of when you're scouting against the Huskies.
Gino Auriemma said one of the deepest teams he's had, and you think about the statement that is in his 41 years there. Holloway, oh my. Strong is everywhere.
So few players impact the game in every single way. Sarah Strong, that timing, boom. She avoids the body, so she's able to get the ball cleanly. Oh, a little bit of body there, maybe. Looked like a volleyball play, by the way. A little bump set spike.
Well, she can do it all. There's no question about that. She fell here. Three-pointer for Holloway. No. Already 6 rebounds now for Strong.
Better transition defense by Michigan.
From the wing, a little long for Quinones.
This is where Michigan needs to take advantage.
Swords right to the rim, but it does not fall.
They just miss some easy layups. They've had some good looks down low, but just can't get them to fall.
A whistle and a foul against Michigan with 1:18 on the clock.
It's really frustrating as a player when you're getting layups and they're not going in. But Michigan needs to continue keeping UConn to one and done, then trying to score quickly, because they got to get back in transition defense.
Hard to believe this is the first ever meeting between these two programs, but it's a dandy with them both being in the top 10 in front of a great crowd here at Mohegan Sun.
And important to note, not Coach Barnes-Arico and Coach Auriemma's first meeting.
No, she had a upset of UConn when she was the head coach at St. John's in her final year there. Coach Auriemma joked that I helped get her the Michigan job because she beat us in that 2012 season.
I remember watching that game too. Crazy how time flies.
Well, it was a shocker. They had such a long winning streak going there in Stores.
Well, the job that Coach Barnes-Arico has done in Michigan, consistently a contender, not just in the Big Ten, but in the NCAA tournament. Her team is so disciplined and bought in, especially with its youth, which is just rare nowadays to have young players come in college ready. And they proved it last season. They only had 4 returning players last season. These freshmen came in and dominated.
Those freshmen that are now sophomores, including this person, Olivia Olson, so good, but another shot missed. A run out, a block from behind by Holloway.
Michigan's defense will always keep them in ball games. So yes, you see the score right now, but the way they defend and the way they can get back always gives them a chance.
Three-pointer for one of the best shooters in the country, an AZ Fun.
Who needs no time to get that shot off. That is automatic.
Saw her mom Katie there in the crowd, who was such a good player back in her day. And a rebound for Strong. Ooh, KK Arnold, athletic. Strong, in and out. Shot clock is off. In a first quarter that has been dominated by the top-ranked Huskies. Swords gets a screen. That was blocked by Strong. Olsen flips it up. Dudley tries it. My, oh my. 10 minutes of domination by the top-ranked team in the land, the UConn Huskies. For Michigan through 10 minutes, Megan.
Michigan has to find ways to get easy looks for themselves, whether that's setting the screen, trying to get to the rim, and you see Michigan coming out here to start in the zone. Coach Barnes-Arico just trying to give UConn a different look and not let them get into a rhythm.
Will it work? Yes, they get a turnover on the possession. Just 5 points in the first quarter for the Wolverines. But they start the second quarter getting a turnover and then a bucket for Olsen and the foul.
Michigan's mental toughness to go down in the first quarter, come out, get a stop defensively with the zone, and then come back, score quickly. Olivia Olsen, really smart. Everybody in a white jersey turns their head, gets caught ball watching, and just like that, Olsen has the advantage down low for the N1.
But misses the free throw. And the other way to UConn.
When you're going against UConn, you have to play essentially a perfect game, meaning you have to make your open layups, you have to make free throws, little things that you do have control over, you have to capitalize on. Michigan hasn't been able to do that early.
From the wing, short by Arnold, but out to Heckel. Heckel again. And a rebound. Michigan tries to run it the other way. Saving the turnover now. Swords. Off the glass, no. Tries to gather again. And a tie-up. Michigan will keep it.
Michigan's zone doing a good job of forcing tougher shots by UConn. They're kind of throwing the ball all over the place. There's not a ton of rhythm. Huskies need to hit the middle of the zone to try to break it open in the gap.
On the other end, though, for Michigan, it's another example of getting in the paint but not being able to convert. They were just 1 for 11 in the painted area in that first quarter.
Michigan's going up a little off balance when they're trying to shoot. Keep their shoulders squared and try to go for the finish, not to get the foul call. That's a second 5-second call we've had this game.
UConn's defense so tough.
You can see the communication happening as well, and a lot of it comes from Sarah Strong, who Coach Auriemma said he's been so happy with how she's emerged as a vocal leader. She's more of on the quiet side, but has, with her team, been super chatty out there.
Mid-range jumper, no for Shea. Kim Barnes-Arica was questioning that last 5-second call. She's been on the officials. Strong on the deck, just flips it ahead. Shea tracks it down and lays it in. So much court awareness for Strong. Del Foss from deep. And Strong already has 10 rebounds. We haven't even played 12 minutes. Fogg leading. 2 more.
UConn drives in. Everyone is so balanced. Their shoulders are squared to the rim. Even when the momentum might be going other places, they're so strong in keeping that shoulder squared.
UConn sprinting out to a 19-point lead here. Silas Swords stopping up top into the clock. And just a desperation heave from Del Foss that goes down. Michigan will take it however they can get it right now. Sofocanic gets whistled for her second foul.
UConn pushing it even on makes. Sarah Strong just everywhere on the floor right now. That pass was like backwards off. Are you kidding me? She's got to get the assist on that.
But just awareness, right? She knew she had someone leaking out.
Like falling back. I mean, she wasn't even looking in the direction of Ashlyn Shea, but she's got eyes in the back of her head.
This time she lobs it over the top. Give her an assist and give Sarah Williams the bucket.
Sarah Williams has matured so much in her down-low game since being at Wisconsin last season. She's more balanced. She's really physical down low, not afraid to embrace the contact early in the paint.
3 years for the Badgers for Williams before transferring as a senior to UConn. Long rebound. Del Foss picks it up. Swords on the reload. Knocks it down.
That was the most open Swords has been from 3 today. But just taking the time once you do get the open shot and not rushing it because you're finally open. Swords showing that maturity.
UConn can't answer. Foul on the rebound. We'll go the other way with it.
Silas Swords is so tough. She's been all the way down low, battling for boards. And then right here, it's the most open she's been all day long. She's got a quick release, just catches it, shoulder squared. All she's worried about is the finish.
And Michigan put a couple of buckets together.
Look at this defense, my goodness.
Stifling. And that ball hit the inline, and Michigan with another turnover.
Just the fundamentals of Ashlyn Shea chopping her feet so she doesn't get beat off the dribble. UConn is moving in sync defensively. KK Arnold just all over the place. Sarah Williams readjusts to make sure you can't get baseline. Then the help side's there, then chopping the feet. All the little things you need to do defensively that coaches preach fundamentally. UConn is actually doing them.
Forcing Michigan into 8 first-half turnovers. Fun, you can't leave her. You just cannot leave 35.
You can't leave her, and the spacing for UConn has been so good, so Fudd has the room to set up.
Led the Big East in three-point shooting last year, and odds-on favorite to do it again this season.
She's got one of the prettiest shots in basketball, folks. Watch how she just catches that ball. It does not move much. She's right in the shooting pocket, flicks the wrist, beautiful rotation. I could talk about it all day.
And she was so good last year in the NCAA tournament. Most outstanding player of the Final Four was AZ Fudd.
She shot more than 44% from 3 in the tournament. That's bonkers.
On that stage. Sword, set play. but she airballed it. Arnold pushes. Shade to the rim. Offensive.
Silas Swords just missed a shot on this end. Sprinted down, got into the position to absorb the contact. Great job getting there by Swords. For folks watching at home, the restricted area no longer applies to women's basketball, so you can still have a foot in there.
She plays, I mentioned, with that mask because of a broken nose in the preseason, and it kind of fits the way that Silas Swords plays.
Doesn't it?
Yes. She is hard-nosed.
Yeah, I wonder how long she'll keep it. Maybe a Richard Hamilton moment, perhaps?
Little
Yeah.
Rip Hamilton, yeah. From the wing. Trying to save it, but instead it went right to Alyssa Crockett and her first points of the night.
Capitalizing on opportunities. Wow.
Nice attempt by Olsen.
Good pass. Looks pretty.
Inside of 5 minutes in the half. Fun again. Every shot looks like it's going in when it leaves her hand. Boy, bodies all over the deck. Look at this. Look at this. Tie up. And when we get back, after they separate the 3,000 bodies here in Mohegan Sun, and his team with a comfortable lead here midway through the second quarter. Strong with a skip to Zabel. Fudd already has 10 points. She's looking for 12. Little strong. In the corner, three lined up, short for Crockett. Up ahead, there's Fudd again. She has 13.
Michigan completely lost her in transition. Fudd just like snuck up the sidelines right in front of Coach Barnes-Arico.
3 of 5 from downtown for AZ Fudd. Mila Holloway, sophomore from Charlotte, gives it up. Swords, 5 to shoot, contested. And they're going to call a foul and put Swords at the line. 3 free throws.
Swords is so active. It's difficult to guard someone who's constantly on the move because you've got to make sure you're still keeping your head on a swivel, ball you man. And Swords is not afraid of contact. She'll get into the paint. She's physical. I love her game overall.
Well, so does Kim Barnes-Arico, and I think she kind of salivates at the thought of having these 3 sophomores for a couple more seasons and what this sophomore class could really develop into for Michigan.
Michigan's advantage is the fact that these 3 sophomores played a ton of minutes last season. And how rare now in college basketball do you have multiple starters returning from a year ago from an NCAA tournament team who have that maturity and that discipline. It's become an anomaly. UConn has it, by the way.
UConn does have it.
They do actually have that.
And right now they are doubling up the Wolverines. KK Arnold wraps it around. Good footwork, and the bounce drops for Sarah Williams.
Sarah Williams had 4 blue jerseys on her, but still had the strength and the focus on the finish.
Top of the arc, and a 3, nothing but nylon for Olsen.
Big 3 by Olsen because it drew Sarah Strong out of the paint. Sarah Strong's been back in the paint, kind of like a linebacker, directing the whole entire line to where to go defensively. You can draw her out. It's going to be huge for Michigan.
Need to get Olsen going, one of those talented sophomores. And a whistle, that's going to go against Michigan. First on Kendall Dudley.
Kendall Dudley was a big pickup in the transfer portal for Michigan from UCLA. McDonald's All-American, but she brings some length and gives Michigan a different look coming off the bench and adds their depth.
There's Fudd again. Don't you just get the sense when it leaves her hand it's going in?
Yes, every time.
You're just
like even when
surprised.
she catches it.
Yeah. Wow. How about the English on that for Mila Holloway? Shot fake. Back to Fudd. My, oh my.
Giving up the good shot for the great shot. Allie Isabel has a chopper with her shot, but AZ Fudd wide open is a great shot.
The answer on the other end, Holloway is settling in.
I just want to see good offense. That's what's so fun to watch. And Michigan's capable when they can get into a rhythm, get defensive stops, and getting some offense going.
That's what was so shocking about Michigan scoring 5 in the first quarters. They're averaging 99 points through 4 games.
It's insane. 5th in the country on that mark.
UConn's defense held them in check. A whistle. That's 2 quick ones against Dudley.
Mila Holloway can score all over the floor. Here's Silas Swords drawing to Mila Holloway, stepping up, knocking down the 3, getting into eye-line side of her teammate. So much of on the drive, you have to try to move in line with your teammate, keeping the space so they can still hit you with the pass, and right there in rhythm. Huge shot.
Timeout by Kim Barnes-Arico.
Producer Carol Langley brought it up to him and asked if he knew, and he said, recalled exactly that it was Georgia, and he recalled it was in January. So those losses tend to haunt you as a head coach, but listen, he was able to recall that instantly during our chat.
It's easy for him to remember the losses because he only has about 5 of them in 41 years.
There's like not very many there, yeah.
It does always amaze me, though, Megan, coaches at this level, and Kim Barnes-Arico would be the same, what they can recall from all these years. Like, how does it not run together?
I have no idea. But it's always great to talk to Coach because you always learn something about basketball when talking to Gino.
Olsen missed everything. Yeah, I think sitting with Gino earlier was the first time that I had met him. I'd heard so many great things, but you just feel his presence in a way, but he doesn't rush you out of there. He gives you time, and he's just so smart.
Just a great teacher of the game and explaining why we approach it like this, what we're trying to do, and taking the time to do that is, it's really a cool thing to get to experience.
Fadeaway shot, that's tough by Olivia Olsen.
She keeps those shoulders squared. Once again, even when her momentum takes off, she is so strong on the finish. Michigan back in the zone.
Olsen has 9, and Michigan's starting to settle in some. And they get a rebound.
You don't need to get this back all at once.
Sword stops. Tries to save it, but cannot.
If Michigan's going to get back into this game, it starts by keeping UConn to one and done on the defensive end. Forcing tough twos and making sure you're rebounding, especially out of that zone.
There's a foul against Mila Holloway, and that is her second. It's been a much better second quarter. Michigan actually outscoring UConn in the second quarter, 22-18.
UConn hasn't been able to play fast and get transition buckets like they did in the first quarter. Michigan's gotten back. And Michigan's also been able to score, so they've been able to get back. UConn hasn't been able to push pace like they did in the first.
Shade over the top, and there she is, Sarah Strong, and she'll head to the line.
You try to throw a small player on Sarah Strong, she'll body you up, beat you down low. You throw a bigger player on her, she'll use her quickness to get by you. Sarah Strong can score on literally anybody on the floor. Throw 4 bodies at her, it doesn't matter. She's so balanced and under control every time. Her maturity is off the charts.
And again, just a sophomore, and she already has a double-double. 10 points, 12 rebounds.
And the communication makes her really special, especially this season. She has done nothing but talk every single defensive possession, telling everybody where to go. She's on that back line so she can see literally everybody on the floor and be that defensive point guard, if you will.
To shoot, bad pass, taken away.
The length being disrupted once again for UConn.
Gino Auriemma and his staff saying 1 shot here. And UConn can try to add to this 16-point lead into the locker room. Fudd has it. She has 16 points to lead the way. She gets it back. Tough shot, but it goes. 18 in the first half for AZ Fudd.
Amped up and scoring in bunches, whether that be at the rim, from three. So many different weapons on this team can score. That depth in the offense has been really dangerous.
You mentioned the atmosphere. UConn 45-1 all time in this building. Their only loss 4 years ago to Louisville here. Driving inside Olsen, short, and a rebound to Williams.
Great communication by Strong and Williams to come out and show, to make that a tough two for Olsen.
There have been a lot of tough two attempts tonight for the Wolverines. Down inside. Right through two defenders for Sarah Williams.
Splitting traffic on I-95. Down the road. Fantastic awareness by Williams to finish through.
Olsen down inside. Sofakanik. Good move getting to the left hand.
Getting deep post position and finding your post immediately is going to be crucial for Michigan. When you can get that post touch, it's going to open up things on the perimeter.
Ashley Sofakanik was virtually non-existent in the first half, picking up 2 fouls. That's her first bucket.
And they need her in for her size.
6'3", she's a presence in there. Shade gives it up. KK Arnold, floater. Pinballs around. Michigan rebound. Forrest Daniels pushes. Top of the arc. Olsen. Long rebound to Fudd. Catch and shoot. Shade hit a couple in the first half. Hasn't knocked one down since.
Silas Horse has been all over the floor, by the way, for Michigan. She played so hard.
Kim Barnes-Rico said she's my type of player, and you can see why. But a travel on Sofakanik will give it back to UConn.
UConn ahead by double digits, but Michigan is still playing so hard out here. A lot of intentionality. The key is going to be keeping UConn to one and done, and a big round of applause as Gianna Al-Alfi checks in for UConn. A fan favorite.
Fan favorite. First ever Husky from Egypt. Redshirt sophomore.
Michigan back in the zone again, trying to give a different look.
You don't want to leave Shade wide open, but she missed that pretty badly. Quarles Daniels bodied up by Fudd, tries to get around her, cannot. Olsen kicks, Holloway, high arcing. Boy, Fudd's having such a strong game tonight. Over the top, too much. This program for UConn began back in 1981. Gino Auriemma arrived 1985. By season 4, they were 24-6 and Big East champs, and they've been in the tournament every year since. There's just a standard of excellence that's different.
Still little details. At shoot-around, they all come out running together. When they stretch, they're all in unison. It's that togetherness, that connectedness, and that discipline that makes them so unique.
A three-pointer for Olivia Olsen.
Olsen's game special. At her size, for her to be able to come out, knock down the threes, and spread the floor. And now, big for Michigan to pick up an offensive foul.
That is on Gianna Al-Alfi, who you mentioned just checked into the game, her first person. I do sense, though, at shoot-around, when you see the players go through the drills, they're doing it on their own. You mentioned discipline. That is the word that comes to mind for this UConn program.
Everyone's uniforms are tucked in. Practice jerseys.
It's all business.
All exactly.
Sofakanik, the Bucknell transfer. Rebound is Strong. Strong already has a double-double. She has 12 points and 12 rebounds.
Now you're just playing bully ball, Sarah Strong. My goodness.
Olsen, tough shot. Batted around. And back to Olsen. Holloway lines it up. Belongs to UConn.
Even these shots that Michigan's getting from three are rushed. UConn's length has been disruptive, and they're getting to the spots on time. So there's really not a ton of time for Michigan to get any in-rhythm open look.
Michigan came into tonight shooting better than 40% as a team from long range. That's such an impressive number, but they've been held in check tonight. Fudd. Olsen with a rebound. Silas Swords from downtown.
She is automatic. She's fearless. Everything on the floor she's done has been at game speed.
Strong follows up her miss. Fudd 18-footer. And there's Swords again on the ground and able to save the possession. Quarles Daniels, Euro step. And they're going to say that went off of Michigan. Kim Barnes-Arico thought there was a foul.
Sarah Strong comes down here, gets a hand on that ball. There's the initial hit.
Ooh, I think
it looks like it was off of Strong.
Yeah, even if it's not a foul, I think that's off of Strong. Maybe a break for Connecticut. From the elbow, short for Fudd. And a foul, that's going to be two quick ones on El Alfie.
Before, and every single day you are expected to come in, play a disciplined, fundamental style of basketball. And Coach Oriema says it best. He's like, if you're a great player and you play within the system, we're going to show how great you truly can be. You don't have to worry about trying to do too much. Okay, we're going to try to find what you do best and make sure you get to do it every single time.
Last year that was with Paige Beckers. Becker's gone, but they haven't missed a beat this year. Michigan will get to the line here, though, with 4:19 left in the third.
Michigan's not going away, and that toughness that they bring to the floor is going to carry them well into Big Ten play. I've been impressed, too, with how they're not backing down from the physicality. Bodies have been on the floor this whole entire game, but still Michigan, they're playing so hard. They're still finding ways to get to the line. They're still battling for boards.
Well, Kim Barnes-Arico said, look, we came here to win. We know how good UConn is. We came here to win. But she said, either way, this early in the season, for our young team, especially these sophomores, she knew this was going to be making a great learning experience.
And what better environment than to come get tested early on in the season. You take a game like this, and really what's a environment. They played against South Carolina last year, right? On a neutral court, though. They're playing here. This is basically a home game for UConn. This is a great experience just to understand you have to learn how to play with a loud crowd, sustain runs that come. And if you want to be the best, you have to beat the best and compete with the best. And this is a great opportunity for the Wolverines to have, to gear them up for Big Ten play.
They were down 20. They've got it within 12 here. There's a long way to go.
The way that Michigan defends allows them to stay in every single game because they are good at keeping teams to one and done, and ball screen defense. They communicate and don't let you reverse the ball.
Swords fires a three, single digits, 9-point game.
This pace has slowed down so much, and it's favored Michigan. They want to grind it out in the half court. They're back here in the zone. You got to totally get in there and find the gaps.
Another turnover. That's a travel on Quinones.
Silas Swords, so smart, all over the place. Arnold gets hit on the screen, and she just steps back. Strong's late coming out to contest. Silas Swords reading the defense perfectly on the three.
Swords has hit 4 threes, and right now Michigan on a 13-2 run over the last 6 minutes.
Wolverines have gotten stops, kept UConn to one and done. Then they look so much more settled within the offense. They're not getting rushed.
Olsen, Dudley picks it back up. throws it away. A tie-up, and UConn has the possession arrow.
Michigan has switched up its defensive looks. They played man, they played zone. And it's kind of gotten UConn out of a rhythm. So before, this was a well-oiled machine. The Huskies were able to get up and down, score quickly, find people in positions to score from three. But now Michigan keeps changing it up.
They left Zabel. She misses. Every rebound is so contested at UConn basketball.
And Michigan has done a much better job in this third quarter of getting multiple bodies down low to prevent a second chance opportunity.
Huskies have gone cold, one for their last 10.
Now Michigan's back in man.
Ashlyn Shade leading in. Missed it though with the left.
Like the step through.
Chance for Michigan to draw even closer. Holloway. Inside offensive rebound. Dudley sticks it home.
The physicality Michigan's playing with down low. They're owning the paint.
Gio Auriemma has seen enough. His team was up 20. Well, Michigan on a 15-2 run, and all of a sudden we have a ball game here.
The defense for Michigan switching up zone, man, giving UConn different looks. They're completely out of an offensive rhythm.
Gio Auriemma took the timeout. They go right to Strong, but she missed it. She got it back and it's fouled. Well, when things aren't going right, who do you go to? The best player in the country.
And you also go to getting fouled, stopping the clock, and putting points on the board. It's a great reset when things aren't going well for you offensively to just get back. Oh, well, it's not a shooting foul, so never mind. But still, get some fouls and have a chance to reset.
First foul on Olivia Olson. Trying to go right back into that well. Good defense by Dudley, but it was Dudley that knocked it out.
Michigan's doing a better job of moving on the flight of the ball when it's going inside. Olivia Olson sliding over, so Sarah Strong is completely crowded when she catches the ball.
Trouble for Arnold. Olson takes it right away from her. In transition, Holloway. And now they can reset. A bucket here, and it's down to a two-possession game. Shot clock at 5. Swords in the corner. Yes! What a turn of events. From down 20, and now it's 49-45. Bud cut off. Up top, Shade. Now Arnold. Shade will let it go. And she left it short.
Michigan keeps keeping UConn to one and done.
Olsen steps through. But she got a pretty good look.
UConn's got to get a good look inside.
Megan, they're 1 for their last 14 from the floor. The Huskies ice cold. Offensive foul. The bucket does not count.
Tayala Delflas moving her feet, trying to get to the spot, stepping over. In the help side, slides over, gets right to the spot, absorbs the contact. It's a charge.
Second foul on Ashlyn Shade.
And the most important part is that Delflas didn't go into the player. She got the contact.
About a 3-second difference here between the shot and game clock. Olsen attacking Fudd. Fudd stripped it. And then threw it away. And a UConn team, which is normally so rock solid, is frazzled right now.
UConn has not been tested like this in the third quarter yet this season. This has all of a sudden become a two-possession game.
Final seconds of quarter 3. Mila Holloway fires in and out. That would have been huge, but still, Michigan outscores UConn 18-4.
Back down double digits in what's been a really loud, hostile environment.
Yeah, this may register as a neutral court game, but it is a decidedly pro-UConn crowd. Inside, Del Foss. Almost lost it. And then nearly throws it away. She did. Holloway couldn't get to it.
UConn's defense was so flustering in that first half, moving on the fly to the ball, communicating and getting into passing lanes. They need to get back to just that, forcing Michigan rather to play faster than they want to. Michigan back in the zone.
How will UConn attack it? Sarah Strong, so good early, been quiet here in the second half.
They've got to get the ball to the high post.
UConn has not scored in 7 minutes. That seems impossible for this team. They're still cold. And another Michigan rebound. Up ahead, Swords. Thought she might take it. Instead, it's Olsen. High for the rebound goes Shade. Shade, 15-footer. There's a lid on that basket.
And that's a good in-rhythm shot for Shade. It's not falling.
Olsen leaves for Holloway. Off the side of the iron. Olsen, 2-point game.
Nobody in a white jersey boxed out. Olivia Olsen just flew in there unchecked.
Michigan, folks, still a long way to go, but they have never in their history knocked off a #1 ranked team. Fudd, they needed it. A.Z. Fudd with a huge three-pointer. Fudd has 21 after that bucket. Swords try to match it. On the deck. Fudd picks it up. Fudd pushes. In the lane. Doesn't get the bounce. Now Holloway with the left.
Better job by UConn forcing tough twos, not allowing Michigan to stay balanced towards the rim on the drive.
Sarah Strong got that rebound. That is her 18th tonight.
That's ridiculous.
It is. She's ridiculous. Another decent look. It'll stay with Connecticut. I just have to give, and I know you do too, Megan, so much credit to Michigan. Down 20 here, the crowd was going crazy, and my, have they answered the bell.
Michigan has matched the physicality on offense in terms of getting offensive rebounds, and they've been able to keep UConn to one and done. It's because they've mixed up their defenses.
Ooh, how did Fudd miss that? On the deck, loose ball, Olsen grabs it. 15-footer, and a rebound down to Arnold.
Good decision by UConn to slow it down a little bit here, try to get into a little bit of a rhythm. Take some time off the clock.
I wish we had a camera on you. You're moving over here like you're playing. I love it. It's the intensity, the energy right now here at Mohegan Sun.
This is so much fun.
This is, like you said, a March atmosphere. Another miss from 15.
Silas Swords has such good command of the ball in her hands. She's so poised. Michigan has never felt out of this because of the maturity that these sophomores play with.
Del Foss steps through. Good wraparound pass. Sofacanic missed it.
And both UConn and Michigan are missing layups right underneath. They got to be a little more balanced and focus on the finish.
Fudd. She has been the star for the Huskies tonight. Casey has been so dominant tonight, 24 points.
And timely shots when her team is needed the most. She is playing like a fifth year right now. That maturity and the poise has been huge. UConn has not been tested like this yet this season, this late in the game.
Michigan had cut it to 2. Now it's 8. Sofa Cannon curls the pass around. Out to Swords. Front iron. On the deck they go. Jump ball. UConn will have it.
Michigan just keeps playing so hard. They have dove on the floor for every loose ball, it feels like. I love the physicality of this game. Like, it feels like we're playing in March right now.
And Kim Barnes-Arico has to be so thrilled with the fight of her team tonight, but can they pull off the comeback here? They had it to within 2. UConn trying to separate again.
Try to hit the high poster in the zone, break it open, try to move the ball with some pace.
KK Arnold. It comes down inside to Heckel. There's Fudd again. AZ Fudd has 27. Michigan cannot find the answer. They will keep the basketball. 9-0 run for UConn.
A 9-0 run because AZ Fudd has taken in rhythm, calm shots. Her shot is so automatic, that release is quick, but UConn is finding her in positions to score.
Right inside, they lost Delphos.
Michigan has to keep UConn to one and done on the next couple of possessions. Can't allow, especially on second chance opportunities, a wide open 3.
Arnold missed the last one and misses this one badly. Holloway, Swords thought about it. Olsen reverse. Hit the underside of the rim. Arnold so quick. Nobody stopped her.
Coach Oriama says KK Arnold has one speed, fast. And in this instant, that's exact speed you want KK Arnold to have. Focused on the finish, takes a little bit of contact. But she got from half court to the rim in the blink of an eye. Imagine her 40 time.
Yeah, she's quick, and she showed it right there. That was a huge sequence. Now Michigan, their back is against the wall again. Both of these teams such strong starts to the season at 4-0. But somebody's got to drop one tonight. Sofa Cannon with the left, and she got it.
She stayed balanced, even though she was falling down. Came back with the shoulder squared, going through Sarah Williams.
Former Patriot League Player of the Year at Bucknell. Arnold, they left her alone. She makes them pay.
You can't remember your misses. You got to have the memory of a goldfish. You only remember the makes.
Last 6 for Arnold, and they have been big. Swords.
Wow.
That's a really good pass. Swords gets it back, counted to the foul.
We are seeing 2 of the most talented guards in the country right now go back and forth at each other between AZ Fudd, Silas Swords, and KK Arnold getting in on the fun as well. They haven't guarded her because she's missed her last couple of threes, and now she steps up and knocks it down. Silas Swords, look at her, so aggressive down low on the finish, taking all the contact, focus on the finish, don't focus on getting fouled. Silas Swords doing just that.
Nothing but net. 10-point game, approaching 3 minutes.
Michigan going zone was the difference maker in this game. Completely has slowed UConn down and forced us into the half court.
They got back in the game in the 3rd quarter, and they've got the basketball back. 3-on-2. Delphos somehow got it through the contact.
To use the backboard or not use the backboard, that's the question.
Knocked out, UConn basketball.
The defense from Michigan going zone, getting into passing lanes, making it difficult to get the ball inside, moving on a string, and right there, you see the defense coming up, turn this into great offense. Tayala had to floss. Are you kidding me? What a finish. Who needs the rim? Or backboard, rather. Sarah Strong needs the backboard and makes it look easy.
She had been quiet offensively as of late, but she gets a big bucket right there. Olsen fading and hitting.
Michigan's cuts to the ball have been so much harder in the last four minutes. And it's caught UConn a little off guard. When you make hard cuts, you get open opportunities.
They just will not go away. Olsen 16 to go along with Swords having 20 tonight for the Wolverines. And now it's taken away by Olsen. Euro step. And she got the bounce.
Not only is Michigan getting stops, they're capitalizing on UConn's mistakes coming down order. It slowed down pace of play because UConn was scoring so quickly in the first half.
First time ever these two teams have met on the hardwood. I think it needs to happen more often. Shade gives it up. Strong to the corner. There's Arnold. Holloway saves it, but she saves it to UConn. And now they can work more clock. Gino Auriemma telling KK Arnold to hold it up.
Worth noting the foul count as well. Only one team foul for Michigan.
And for both sides right now, not near the bonus. Arnold drives. Out of bounds, all from UConn. Got a minute 7. You certainly don't need a 3, but probably would like a pretty quick bucket.
Get the ball to Silas Swords and get out of the way. She has been so good getting to the basket. Michigan needs to try to finish this play, and UConn has to keep the Wolverines to 1 and up.
It is Swords with the basketball. She gives it up. Inside of a minute. Del Foss. Swords again. 3. Yes! Back to a one-possession game. Silas Swords is unconscious. And a timeout by Gino Auriemma. Michigan Wolverines, though, announcing that they are here to stay. Now can they pull off a stunner? Still a lot of work to do. KK Arnold sets the table, gives it up. Fudd. Inside, they go strong. She got it. Timeout Michigan. A little high-low action works well for the Huskies. Team in their program's history. But Kim Barnes-Arico has taken this program to new heights in the last 5 years. Pass gets in to Olsen. There's Swords. It would be huge. Back to a 2-point game. Shot clock is off. And they're going to foul Fudd. Remember, they got to foul a few more times to get UConn to the line. What a shot by Silas Swords.
What an ATO drawn up by Michigan. My goodness. Get your hot shooter the shot. And the pass in, Olivia Olsen on the flare screen. And late coming out, Sarah Strong giving Silas Swords just a little too much space on it. Again, Michigan's going to have to foul just to try to get the foul count out, stop the clock.
Yeah, they got the foul right there. Another one on Swords. So now it's at 3. 2 more to go. 21 seconds on the clock. If you're tuning in, UConn led this game by 20, folks. Looked like they might run away with it. But what a dandy, what a top 10 battle this has turned out to be here tonight. Now they'll look to commit that 5th foul. And it'll be AZ Fudd, a great free throw shooter, as we walk to the other end for Connecticut.
Michigan foul charge against Olivia Olsen, their third personal. Team's fifth.
Michigan still has a timeout, so as Fudd goes to the line, you call a timeout, you get to advance the ball.
Fudd, a great free throw shooter, doesn't get there a ton. This year, 3 for 3. If you count tonight, she's 5 for 5 at the line on the young season. And now the big one to try to make it a 2-possession game with her mother, a star in her own right back in the day, looking on. She got both. Of course, the Huskies, the reigning national champs, their 12th title last year. But they have been given everything they can handle tonight. They get it inside Olsen, out to Swords. Here goes another one. Oh, my! Unbelievable! 10 seconds left. They got a foul, and they do. Silas Swords with a game of her life tonight.
They just ran the same play.
And that was the toughest shot she has hit tonight, no question.
2 flare screens from 30 feet practically. Silas Swords and Caitlin Clark range. Unbelievable. Back-to-back ATOs.
And now even if Fudd hits both of these, it's still a 1-possession game. You made a good point. UConn with fouls to give. Kim Barnes-Rico, no timeout. She's trying to get a little discussion with her team as the free throws happen.
Understanding time and score. Everybody in a blue jersey.
Fudd just hit 2 a moment ago, and she gets the first here. Will Gino Auriemma use his timeout if the free throw is made here to talk over strategy? 3-point game. They will not call a timeout. Oh, it's taken away! A steal by Fudd! Michigan gets it back! And Delphos has it stripped! No foul! Game over! A top 10 thriller goes to the Huskies!